And in the first service, I was a bit guarded because I was like, oh, should I share? Should I not share? But I love to share. Some time ago, I got really depressed. But there was a time I got really depressed and it became suicidal. And it's not a long time ago. I remember, my wife is here. I sent a message on WhatsApp. I said, just in case anything happens, this is who I owe, this is what I have. Real life story. I said, just in case anything happens. And someone will have said, Pastor B, what could have happened to you that would have made you that depressed? But that's the thing about depression. People that look good can be extremely depressed. People that you walk with can be extremely depressed. And that's why you just hear about someone that died and you wonder, committed suicide. Like, no. I mean, one of my closest friends some years ago, I just got a call. He committed suicide. I mean, there were two of them. You know, there was one from secondary school, one from university. And the one from university was the worst one because he was living in New York. And they jumped from like a 100-story building and jumped off the fence. Jumped off the balcony and killed himself. I'm like, if you want to die, why die with pain? And I remember I wrote those things and I said, well, just for you to know this water. And, you know, I had some confessions there and, you know, I just wrote everything. And my wife replied, what's this meant to mean? I said, just for your knowledge. Then she got one of my closest friends, and I hope that you have friends in your down times. Someone says, you know, the danger is many of you don't have someone that you can call a friend. And she called one of my friends, of course, is a pastor, and is, you know, we're more friends than pastors because even when we get together, we don't even remember we have churches. We just like, you know, play and bully each other and that kind of thing. And he came, I'm not even sure if he came or he was out of the country, and he flew into the country. And he said, your wife said this, and that's why I'm here. Can we talk? He said, just in case you don't know, I booked a room just close to your house. I'll be here for the next 2 or 3 days until we can sort this out. He said, that's what I do. And looking back, I look back at the things that happened. And I look back and like, so why was I depressed? There's something you must know about depression. Once you can leave the state, you will look back and see that it wasn't that hard. But that's something very tough to know when you are in that state. And that's why in today's service, I don't know what you are. Maybe you're watching online. Maybe you're so depressed you've even given up on God. I understand, because you listen to me. There are two ways to be depressed. You can be so depressed you stop praying. You can be so depressed you stop praying. You can be so depressed you stop praying. You can be so depressed you start praying. And one of the points is that, you know, I don't know if it's a bad thing about pastoring. Can I say it's a bad thing? No, maybe it's a peculiar thing about pastoring. The peculiar thing about pastoring, this is maybe one of the downside of the job, is that all of you, when you have problems at work, in your marriage, everything, you run to church and you run to God. Yes or no? When a pastor has problem, what is that problem with? He has problem with church and God. There's no place to run to. And that's why, I don't know if you know this, within the first 5 years of ministry, 50% of all pastors resign. Because it's tough.